Millions of us use it to get some much-needed Z's.
But taking a simple sleep aid could end in disaster, even death. As we've uncovered in tonight's special report, it's happening more and more. Michael Butchner joins us live with more details. Michael?
Liz and John, for one local woman, a popular sleeping pill changed her and her family's life forever. And now a warning, before your life could be affected as well.
We are amazed how somebody can survive an accident like that. All she could see is a set of headlights come at her at a high rate of speed. The human body is not built to sustain that type of impact.
These burns and bruises and this mess of mangled metal is the result of a violent head-on collision on a busy South Florida roadway. And one pill, just one, that you might take every night may be to blame.
We certainly believe Ambien played a role and contributed to this accident.
Attorney Sean Greene represents the South Florida woman behind the wheel of this Toyota Camry.
Unfortunately, our client was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Years after the crash, it's still too difficult for the wife and mother of three to talk about it. So she asked her attorney to speak in her place.
She certainly wants to share the story with everyone because she doesn't want what happened to her to happen to anyone else.
In a crash report we obtained, investigators say the driver that hit the woman crossed into oncoming traffic and crashed head-on into Greene's client. It happened just before 8 o'clock at night at a busy intersection. The driver that hit the woman told police moments after the crash the only thing he remembered was taking an Ambien.
He was driving under the influence, as we to use the terms, from taking the Ambien, and should not have been behind the wheel.
Turns out, crashes involving Ambien might not be as uncommon as you think.
You can seriously injure yourself, you can seriously injure or kill someone else, so it's an extremely dangerous issue if you do have to drive with this stuff.
We got our hands on this safety announcement issued by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The FDA approved new dosing recommendations in May because of the known risk of next morning impairment. It warns patients who take Ambien extended release not to drive or engage in other activities that require complete mental alertness the day after taking the drug.
I don't think people are going to stop driving the next day after they take a pill, but they just need to be aware that this could be a potential, really serious problem.
Dr. Robert Steinberg is an internist in West Palm Beach who prescribes Ambien.
The next morning, as people may not realize that the drug in some cases may be carrying over into the morning hours.
Per the FDA, the active ingredient in Ambien, zolpidem, causes adverse reactions, hallucinations, sleepwalking, and drowsiness while driving. Ambien is also sending patients to the emergency room in record numbers. Information we obtained from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration shows a 274% increase from 2005 to 2010 in the number of female visits to the ER involving the active ingredient in Ambien. Doctors explain that women have a harder time metabolizing the drug than men.
Out of millions of people that have taken these drugs, they generally have been quite safe. It's just in a small minority of people that you can run into problems.
Sean Greene told me his client is now forced to live through the pain from a crash that changed her life forever. And she hopes her story will serve as a wake-up call before you pop that one little pill.
And if just one person says, you know what, I took an Ambien, I'm not getting in the car, then she knows she's helped somebody.
Just incredible. Now, Michael, I understand that you reached out to the makers of Ambien for comment, right?
Yeah, that's right. Of course, we reached out to speak with them. Now, a spokesperson told us that the drug company takes all matters of patient safety seriously and that it stands behind the safety of Ambien and Ambien CR. Meanwhile, attorney Sean Greene told me that the lawsuit is scheduled to go to trial later this month. And, of course, we'll stay on top of that and keep you updated.